Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
All right, people, how you guys doing today? Today is August the 7th, and Mr. Trump says he's gonna enact all the new tariffs he done put out. No more delays. We putting the tariffs out. So, Mr. Bassett, Scott Bassett, gets on one of the television stations, and the announcer asked him, he said, well, who pays for the tariff? Secretary Bassett. And he said that the country who bring the stuff in pays for it. And the announcer said, are you sure? He said, yeah. He said, but what they can do is that they can just reduce the price and everything on it and go ahead and make sure the tariff is being paid. So it's their fault that we have to pay some more money at the grocery store. It's not because we bring it in billions of dollars in tariff money.
Yeah, well, that's what they say.
Well, I'm going to talk to all you folks out there in the audience land. Have you been to the grocery stores lately? Have you bought any food lately? Have you noticed that your food costs more? Have you noticed that everything you out there trying to buy costs more money? Well, because you paying that tariff. Eventually, it's going to fall on you. So you stupid son of a guns who think that the other companies out there, countries is paying that tariff, you just as idiot as he is. You keep on listening to what they telling you. And watch your
And let
food
me
bill
just
go
say
up.
this. Today I listened to, and I really don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to bring it up.
Bring it up.
Because this chairman, they did a whole little meeting and they was going to vote whether to pass this, I call it takeover in Texas. And he said the reason why he's voting and following these instructions, not because of we want, to take over, is because the president, he stopped immigration. He stopped the fentanyl, the opium epidemic. He kept our taxes low. He's getting rid of crime. And he made about 3 other things. Oh yeah, he stopped the male athletes to competing against women. And a couple other things. I mean, I didn't write them all down when he said it, but he gave about 8 or 9. And I want you to think about this. When you think about it, now, when it comes to immigration and the people coming over the border, they had a system, according to Joe Biden. Their system was people can apply for asylum. And most of those people were applying for asylum, but they didn't have enough judges so that they could send those back that didn't qualify and then give asylum to all those people, because there were people that were getting terrorized. There were people that was because of conditions or political conditions, whatever. However, they was being, I guess you would call it, having sympathy or empathetic or being compassionate about these kids and these women and what have you. So that was one of the things that really the Democrats was having an issue with. Then the other thing is, as far as criminals, uh, there are people out there that's getting railroaded under bogus charges, and a few of them get through that are real criminals, and they let them out. Some of these people get railroaded, and it's bogus charges or trumped up charges, and these judges let them out, and they give them probation. Well, let one of them get through, or two of them get through, and then they commit some more crimes, and they blow it all up. The thing is that what they know how to do, and when I say they, I'm talking about these Republicans, they know how to blow shit up and make like it's going on all around the country. Like everything is a hell in the, what is that saying? Hell in a basket. And we know it's not that bad out there. It might be bad to some areas, some places, and what have you, but it's not that bad across this country. And you're gonna always have, and you always have had these what I call knuckleheads that don't even understand that no matter what you do, you're gonna get caught. You might get away with it once, twice, three times, but you're gonna get caught. They're gonna get you. And if they want you, they're gonna get you. But the thing is, they have politicized everything, bro. Classic case, Ed. Today, you know that Jean, whatever her name is, that be on Fox, supposed to be she used to be a
Jean
judge.
Parole, that she's a judge
made her attorney
She's a
general up
judge.
in D.C.
No, she's a judge.
Yeah, made her. Well, they made her attorney. They made her attorney general in D.C. And she doing a performance thing. That's what they do. You know, she's been on TV her whole life for the last 20 years. So she gets all the FBI and everybody behind her, and she does a whole big thing about the Jewish community. Performance. This is what they do, man. They got to be on TV every day. They can't let us live our damn life. Trump got to be on TV 2-3 times a day. Everybody got to be on TV. But you better not outshine Trump, because if you outshine Trump, I'm kicking you out. I just wanted to say that. I'm sorry. I got some more stuff, but that's okay. Go ahead.
Well, I guess she must have been the lesser of two evils, or the lesser of the evil, because I think the last day that the Senate was in session before their fall break there, I guess everybody's on fall break now, so they went ahead and got her pushed through and stuff to be the district judge out of Washington, D.C. But for some reason or another, she decided that she wanted to tussle with Desmond Crockett.
Uh-oh.
Well, I would like for you audience to go out there on YouTube and pull that up, and y'all look at it and tell me what you think. Oh man! And as everybody knows, she was sitting there on the stage with the folks in Chicago from Texas representatives who took off and left. Now, these representatives who left Texas to keep the Texas legislature from having a special session to change the maps and stuff for the congressional district maps. Well, they did this to keep from having a quorum. You don't have a quorum, you cannot have a meeting. And that's what they did. Enough of them left, so they couldn't have a quorum, so they could not meet. Just the House, the Texas House of Representatives could not meet because they're gone. So the Texas House, they convened themselves and they decided to put out a warrant for those representatives who left the state arrest. So far, they're still gone. But today, I guess, they talked to the FBI and asked the FBI to go out and find them and arrest them. So I don't know what's going to happen, but those people have left the state of Texas, so they cannot have a quorum. The last time this stuff happened, they left the state for, I think they were going for 2 or 3 weeks and everything, and they finally came back, and the Texas House of Representatives and everything went head on and enacted what they wanted to do. But they put them on notice that they will try to protect themselves and do whatever it needs to be done to protect themselves. So we'll see what happens this time, because I'm pretty sure that when they do come back, the governor Fast Wheels or whatever Jasmine called him, he's probably
Hot Wheels.
still Hot Wheels, Governor Hot Wheels. He's still going to have the session, and they're still going to probably change those maps, redistrict those states. Now, if they do this, it could bite them in the behind. It could bite them in the behind. The Democrats might even get more seats if they try to do this. And the reason why I'm saying this and everything is because yesterday I mentioned to you guys on air, the Anglos only make up 39% of the state of Texas. The rest of them are minorities. So if you only got 39% and you trying to change those districts and everything, man, you are stretching your people very, very, very thin. Because you're going to have to get some of them Hispanic Republicans to vote for you to put you in office. It's almost impossible for them to do that, to get that map and stuff to be able to do that. And I do believe that they're doing this crap just because Trump told them to do it. So when it doesn't bring forth fruition and everything, they can tell Trump, we tried to do it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how they're gonna pan out and everything. But we're hearing that California and New York are going to change their districts and everything, so they will be able to have more Democratic representation. So it's going to be a tit for tat, probably. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, that's what's going on there in Texas, everybody. We are according to those Democrats and everything, They are fighting now. Since people are telling them that they are not fighting, they say, we are going to fight these people. And they put Donald Trump on notice. Also, Sojourner Truth Jr. stood on stage and everything and told everybody that she was renting space in Donald Trump's head. Yep, yep, getting free rent up there because he already called me low IQ. oh, oh my goodness.
I wish he would say, let's compare grades. Let me see your grades and I'll give you my grades.
Well, he ain't gonna do it but lie because he gonna bring up what happened when he was in his first term. That according to his doctors and all the other people, he was a bad son of a gun. He passed all of his tests flying. You know he gonna lie about something. he good at lying. So it won't do any good and stuff with him. I think she enjoys having written space up there in his head because he just talks about it. And the more he talks about it and everything, there are people who are attacking her, but it's making her more famous. It's putting more money into her campaign funds. So anyway, go ahead on, Jasmine.
Let me just say this. I'm going to tell you this. So I did a little thing here on my clipboard. And I went down to all of these countries, Ed. And I was looking at all the countries where U.S. is being circled around and being jibber-jabbed. I'm looking at Russia, China, Iran, EU, India, Canada, and Mexico. And I'm saying to myself, bro, all of these countries are surrounding America.
Mm-hmm.
And they are doing things undercover. They talking a lot of talk, so to speak, but they ain't doing nothing. Like EU. Now he just put a big thing on India because they bought some of Russia's oil.
Correct.
And he don't know that Iran been sending China oil for years.
Correct.
And now you got, and we already made this statement, we got Canada that made a whole big loop around to do business with Mexico.
Correct.
And I'm saying the only people that's sort of kind of placating him is Saudi Arabia, bro.
And they're not, and they're not really they're not really placating him and everything. They just acting like they are.
Well, he claimed that he got $1 trillion from them, and then they gave him this big. He went to Quark or whatever however you pronounce it, Quark or Quark.
They
gave him that big plane.
They did the same thing that most other countries what they said that they were going to do. They already investing in the United States. Saudi Arabia's already got investments here in the United States with that they're making big money off of. So they counted that toward that $1 trillion. We invest $1 trillion. They already got investment going on here. Japan already got stuff going on here. They own several car plants and stuff here. They already invested in our country. There's a whole bunch of them that's already investing in our country. They got Mercedes-Benz. They own car plants and stuff here and everything. They got Porsche. They own car plants here. So the European Union or Germany or whoever it is already investing here in the United States. So they just turn around and say, well, we investing already. So that's our $700 billion or whatever they told them that they were going to invest. And then they're going to tell them, say, well, we'll do something else because they know he's a fool. But you are right. They are surrounding him. And we're going to have to be, when all this dust settles, Ted, I would bet and stuff and everything that they were going to kill our economy, totally kill our economy. And we might even not, we might even lose our number 2 status.
We're number 1 right now.
Well, that's what they say. But I would guarantee you, China, if they went and did a reassessment, China is beating us right now, big time. They beating us big time.
No, you never know. I don't know, because anytime you got 4 banks, that's the top in the world.
And who owns them?
China.
China. Okay.
So you never know.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's hard. We don't see. The thing is, the only thing we can get is what we see in the AP or any of these, financial news.
And it all depends on who was saying it, because we saw what happened when the guy changed those job numbers and everything, and Trump didn't like what he said. So what did he do? He fired him.
Yeah.
So I guess the rest of them figure, I better not say anything either. He fired them because they said something he didn't like. The only person who can open his mouth and say something is the Federal Reserve Chairman. He can open his mouth, say what he want to say, and Trump, he'll threaten him, but he don't care. I don't understand now. He was, last week, as everybody knows, he was very boisterous about putting a tariff on Russia. And now all of a sudden, he's telling everybody, I'm getting ready to meet with Russia, and we're going to talk about this Ukraine war. We're going to shut this war down after I meet with him. So the news people ask him, well, what about all this bad stuff that you're going to be telling it, you're going to be doing to Russia? And his answer to the news people is that, well, we're going to work this out. So he's not putting any sanctions on Russia now. Oh, and then the knucklehead called up Russia, talked with him, and got off the phone and called up all the allies and put them on the phone and told every last one of them that he is the one who's going to stop this war over there between Russia and Ukraine, and he don't need them to do anything at all. Well, it was told and stuff by a supposedly reliable source that the president of France hung the phone up. The prime minister from England hung the phone up and left him on the line with the rest of those people talking crap. Told him, I got this. You all stand back. I got this whole thing. He was bragging. So they just hung the phone up on him and walked away. This son of a gun is absolutely out of his damn mind. Now, is he going to meet with Russia? I don't know. And I remember in his first term, Ted, he had a meeting with Russia, quietly met with him, told all of his people to get the hell out of the room. The only people in there going to talk were the people who are going to translate and stuff between him and Putin's translator. That was it. And he swore them people to secrecy who was sitting in that room with them after what they were saying. Now, Zelensky, the Ukraine prime minister, president, is supposed to be sitting by the wayside and waiting until the United States and Russia negotiate some kind of a truce or a peace agreement. Now, if you are Zelensky, what is on your mind? These people are negotiating a peace agreement, and I ain't in the room. I'm not in the room. They're going to bring me in after United States and Russia talk. What kind of mess is going on here? He's not in the room. He's not invited. And Trump said, trust me, I'll take care of all this. Now, Ted, everybody is looking at Russia. They've been bombing the shit out of Ukraine,
Yep.
bombing the crap out of them. But nobody is saying what the hell Ukraine is doing.
Oh
They
yeah,
are
they're doing a lot.
they are strategically people. You folks out there in the audience, they are strategically tearing Russia's ass up. And Putin wants to do something to slow them down just a little bit. They have went in there and they have bombed several of their facilities and stuff that produces oil. They have strategically went in there and bombed a whole bunch of their sensitive stations and stuff there where they got planes and stuff sitting there. They knocked out at least 17 of their daggone jets and stuff and everything that were sitting on at the air base. They have went in there and they have completely annihilated their storage facility and everything for their fuel and their reserves and stuff that they're sending out to their troops, tearing them up. So I'm pretty sure that Putin wants them to stop this crap. So he's hoping that he can get the United States to stop giving them armament. But there are people and stuff there in the European Union, including France, who are saying that they are going to supply Ukraine with all the weaponry that they're going to need to fight this war and damn the United States. Now, Gaza is sitting right next to Israel. Netanyahu has finally came out and told the American public, he got on one of our CNN or Fox News or whatever, and they asked him about what he wanted to do. He says he wants to completely annihilate him. He's coming out now and saying it in so many words he wants to annihilate him. And he's stopping the aid and stuff from coming into Gaza. Well, guess what some of the countries in the European Union have done? And Canada. They have flown their planes over Gaza and parachuted them food.
Mm.
They done already, Canada there by itself has dropped down 21,000 pounds of food into Gaza. And 2 or 3 other companies and stuff, countries have done the same thing, including Jordan. They said since Israel won't let them drive the stuff in there, that they're going to parachute that stuff in there to those people, and they are doing it. They're sending them food, and Israel is having a hissy fit because that's what they're doing, and they can't stop them. And Canada dared them to stop them. The prime minister got on his television station and said, "I dare you to stop me. We are going to recognize them as a state, Palestinian state. And we're going to feed them people because we are not going to let you destroy them."
I got something for you. Trump energizes conservative Christians with new religious policies. Here they are. This right here will shake you up, bro. Because I believe in separation of church and state. That's just me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Crackdown on transgender identity and treatment.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1. 2, pastors, politics, and the IRS. He's going to give them a whole lot of benefits. This is his way of paying these white Christian evangelicals back. Targeting Planned Parenthood. Evangelist-led faith office. You know what that is? That means, it says here, the White House faith office is led by Paula White, a longtime pastor and evangelist. They're going to have a religious person over every department.
Absolutely. They did that when he first came into office. He did
Task
that.
Force on Anti-Christian Bias. So they're looking out for anybody that's supposed to be anti-Christian, they kind of Christian, whatever that is. Religious Liberty Commission. That means, that's the guy that want to do 10 Commandments in every school. Evangelical Ambassador for Israel, that's Mike Huckabee. Religion in the federal workplace. That means you have authority, you got people that's all kinds of religions in the workplace, because I always believe, politics and religion should not be in the workplace. That was my philosophy. I never talked about politics. I never talked about religion. Not on an evangelical way. I might personally speak to someone about my faith or something like that. But as far as what they're talking about is that an employee on his job, as long as it's not harassing in nature, so you can do evangelical stuff at your workplace without getting in trouble. Supreme Court impact. Well, we already know that they nominated those three knuckleheads. And then you got the last one, I think, is fighting a culture war. And that's all about the DEI, bro. Targets have long been accused of liberal bias by religion and other conservatives, even though specific grievances and circumstances vary. Trump has cut funding, forced out officials, demanded changes in Smithsonian, the Kennedy Center, and Trump administration also cuts research funding at several elite U.S. colleges, offered financial, and then which have offered financial payments and other concessions, and he has also worked to suppress diversity, equity, and inclusion programs at the government agencies and private corporations. That's what kind of president we got nowadays, bro. We got a person that has using religion as a weapon. Because, I don't want nobody talking to me about Muslim religion, Hindu religion, not even Christian religion, I know who I am in Christ. If you want to talk about religion, I see you outside out of work. I don't want to talk about it. I'm there to work.
Well, as we all know, Ted, with the universities and stuff and everything, he has them to pay into the federal government so they can get the funds that were allocated to them.
Oh, he
Believe it or
didn't cut billions of dollars away from these
well,
universities.
they are making agreements with these universities, Harvard, Columbia University, and several others and stuff and everything, to give them some money so they can release the funds and stuff that was allocated and everything to them. So they figure that if they give him 200 million dollars, that they're going to be able to get back into their coffers and stuff one or $2 billion that was allocated and stuff to them through the education department. So they are He they are bribing him to give them money. And I guess he's gotten mad at the folks and stuff who make the chips and everything, the chip makers and everything. So he done tariffed them fools. He done told everybody like he's getting ready to put a 75% tariff on them, and he's threatening a 100% tariff on the chip makers, Intel. And he had enough nerve to tell Intel to fire their CEO.
Yep.
People, we got a mess going on here. There's a gangster in the White House. He's gonna tell a company who to keep as their CEO because he don't like what he just did. There is a gangster in the White House, people.
And you ain't got no freedoms, bro. Anytime you come after Charlemagne the God, a nobody, basically a nobody, you know, he talked to black people. That's all the people he talking to.
Anybody that's black has a low IQ. Anybody he said they have a low IQ, you know they black.
And Charlemagne the God, he came back with him. He came right at him too, in a nice way.
Yeah, anybody he says got a low IQ that they are black people. And anyone else not here, he will not say that. But if you black, you got a low IQ. That's the watchword for me.
I'm just waiting for somebody to call him a name. That's all I'm waiting on.
And now they're trying to make the word racism illegal. It's a bad word. Anybody that comes out with the word, this is racism, they're saying that that's a bad word, and they are not going to deal with them anytime anybody comes out and says this is racism. And that was one of the things that they were saying when the Texas representative left the state and everything, and they said that the redistricting was racism, and all of them hit the fan. We didn't say that. You using the word race, you're always bringing race into the equation. If it's true, say it. It's racism, and they know what it is. It's racism. They want the white folks to have all of the spots and stuff on the house. That's racism. Anyway, Ted, one other thing I wanted to say here. There was a footnote out there that because of this Intel thing that was going on and this chip making thing, Trump decided that he wanted to do something to offset what the chip makers were doing. And he thought that he was doing something great. He's going to give Apple $100 billion. $100 billion. And so Apple did something that nobody else has done. They created an app in his name. Because we're giving them $100 billion to help them in their research and development. I couldn't believe this. Tim Cook, what are you doing? What are you doing, Tim? What
He gave
are
him a
you
nice
doing?
little gold award too. Did you see that award he put up there on his desk? Oh yeah, it was a nice little award he gave him. Made of gold too. Probably cost a couple $100,000. Little sap.
I'm laughing, people, but this stuff is absolutely crazy.
I mean, they didn't let one man run this whole BS.
Getting back to your folks that you were talking about, all these countries that are surrounding us. they are very close to having Mexico and Canada to join BRICS.
What? Where you get that information from?
They're very close to having Mexico and Canada join BRICS. Gloria Steinbaum, who is the president of Mexico, has already put it out a couple of weeks ago that she is thinking seriously about joining BRICS. And they're saying that it's real close now that Canada might follow suit and join BRICS also. Said they can't deal with Trump. Canada said they cannot deal with him. Every time they try to throw a hand out there to him, he slaps it down or he bites it. This copper thing, they said almost the camel that broke the straw that broke the camel's back. He taxed their copper that comes into the United States. Put a tariff on it. 50% tariff on copper. Now, Ted, we produce about 60% of our copper and process it, but we get the other 40% from Canada. Now, he got mad and taxed for the tariff on the copper because he wanted to bring Canada to their knees so they can come to the negotiation table with him. He figured that he did this, they were going to come to the negotiation table. Well, guess what Canada did? They said, F you, Trump. And they shut off all the copper coming into the United States. Guess what we use copper for? Everything. Our cars, our phones, everything. We have to put copper in it. The telephone lines, the electric lines, the cars, all of them, they use copper. He done successfully now cut off the United States from copper. And he is successfully getting ready to shut down a few more plants in the United States because they can't get enough copper to keep their facility open. Canada said, damn you, and they immediately sent their raw copper. They don't process it anymore. They sent their raw copper to Japan and China so they can do what they want to do with it. We ain't getting no more copper. But we do have a plant over in Arizona that was almost shut down, that was sitting there and stuff, that can crank themselves back up, but they said they're going to take them at least 6 months to get themselves back online so they can start making copper and stuff for some of our facilities. But until that time, we don't have enough copper to keep our plants and stuff going. They told Trump about it. He said he didn't care. He's driving them people away from us, Ted. He's driving them to BRICS. China, India, and some countries and stuff in Africa now are using their currency for trade. People in China, they're using yuan. India says they're going to start buying their stuff in their currency. These countries and stuff in Africa said that they can start using their currency to buy and trade with whoever country that they're buying and trade with it. And they're leaving the dollar away because that used to be the currency that everybody uses for trade going across borders. We're going to use a dollar. If they keep doing this, they're going to have their own stuff going on. BRICS already have their own currency now that they're trading with. Damn the dollar. Trump.
Told
I
you.
don't know.
I'm gonna say this. This is my last word. I believe his main purpose is to bring the United States to his knees.
Well, he's doing it. He's doing it. If that's what you think, he is doing exactly that.
That's what I believe. I believe that I think that he has a. You said gangster. He has a group of people, hundreds of thousands of them, and he's bringing them to his knees, to our knees. You
He's
got a lot of
bringing it
good
to
people
them.
that's working for the government, state, federal, local. Their hands are tied because they have no power. So, and he always threatens. You notice that he threatened D.C. You know, we can use our soldiers.
All right. He says he's going to send a National Guard there.
Yeah.
He's
So,
sending the
this is
National
what he
Guard to
does.
D.C.
He threatens. He threatens all kind of stuff, you know, so that people can be, well, we don't want that because, you know, that can cause a whole lot of whatever. Just like what he did up in California. So these people, and I'm just wondering, and this is my opinion. it's some people out there, bro. That's all I gotta say. I ain't gonna say no more. There's some people out there, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I mean, I'm watching, I'm reading, I see what's going on, I see who's gone to the bye-bye and all that stuff. There's some stuff going on, bro. And it's so much stuff. And you read all that underground stuff. I just read between the lines. And I can see it by just reading all kinds of other little stories and stuff. There's some stuff going on, bro. And I can't put my finger on it, but there's some stuff going on. There's some people doing some stuff. And this, I mean, this is the silent civil war. And I ain't talking about no black and white. They're trying to make like it's black and white and all that. No. There's some
I,
stuff going on, bro.
I believe that this man is so stupid, Ted, that he wants to have power, ultimate power, and he has no idea how to get it. He thinks that what he is doing is creating a power vacuum for him. He wants to force people to do what he wants them to do and not realizing that there are some folks out there in some countries and stuff who are weak, who do want to be able to trade and have some kind of a partnership with the United States because this is a very rich country and he wants to be able to control them by using the power of this country, but he doesn't know how to deal with that power. And when he ran Elon Musk away, I knew then that he has no idea what to do about power. Most of the time, Ted, people who are powerful folks and everything don't have to beat people up and everything to exercise their power. But he thinks that he has to beat people up to exercise his power, to show his power. I'm going to beat them to submission. That does not work. You can be powerful and be just as quiet and calm and cool and collected. You don't have to say a word and still be powerful. And people recognize that power, but he
No,
doesn't.
he does that to feed his base, bro.
Well, not only his base, he's feeding himself. He's feeding his own ego.
Oh well,
He-
that too.
yeah, he's feeding his own ego. That's part of his own ego too, because his base and stuff is not up there at midnight putting crap on his social services, social media site, telling folks all kind of crazy stuff. He wakes up at night with some crazy ideas in his head, and he puts it on his social media site and tells everybody this is what he's going to do. And most of the time he doesn't. When he finally wakes up, he goes and say, "Hey, this is what I want to get. I did." He'll tell people he don't change your tariff on social media. He won't call them up and say anything. He has no idea what the hell he is doing. He's just running around the world and messing with people, and he has no power at all because most of the people now have figured him out. In 200 days, they have figured out he is like the people on Wall Street said. They call him Taco, and that's his name. Behind his whole thing, he is Taco. When he was up there, when they had the G7 in Canada, they laughing behind his back. They laughed so hard at him that he left. He left early because they were laughing at him. He realized his people had to tell him, "Mr. President, they are laughing at you." And he left early with an excuse about a war. He went to Brussels at the King's Castle over there. They were sitting there laughing at him behind his back. They took a picture, and he's the only one up there on the stage with a blue suit on. Nobody told him, Mr. President, everybody wearing black. He got a blue suit on. They're making a fool out of him. That's how, and I'm pretty sure they all going back home and pointing their finger at that blue suit and said, "That's our clown." He's the clown. They wanted to point him out. There he is right there. He's the clown.
But Ed, okay, I all of that is wonderful. But here in the United States, you get almost 80 million people voted for that rascal.
They did. And
And
about half
they
and
don't
about
even
half
feel-
of them and a half of them regret that they did it.
It don't matter.
I know it don't matter now because it's already done happened, but they regret it now. We made a mistake.
Because the other half of that, you say half of them, the other half is they think he's doing a great job, Ed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They're saying it. They're loving it.
Bro.
They're loving it. They're being stabbed in the back and they're loving it. Ted, I went back to our town and I was riding around. My daughter would drive me around. And we were riding down Kennedy Avenue, right along the river. And I happened to look on the other side of the river at this house. And they had a big Trump sign in front of their yard. They had a Trump sign in their yard. It was still there. So that's one of them 40 million that don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care.
They don't care.
Now, when their parents or their grandparents get thrown out of the nursing home, they're going to start caring. Oh, man, I don't know, Ted. I'm just, I know what I wanted to say. While you were watching all this stuff going on, Ted, watch some of those people and stuff that has some kind of composure and some kind of intelligence you need to know about them. One of them is Marco Rubio. Watch him sometime while he's sitting there with him.
Oh yeah.
Or he's on, or he's on television by himself. Watch him. He knows that what the fuck. Excuse my French people. I'm sorry. I should have said that. He knows that this man is stupid. He's out of his daggone head. But he is sitting there trying to do his job because he likes the fact that he is the Secretary of State. He wants that job. But I don't know. He is sitting there and everything, and I know in his mind he is contemplating, should I get the hell out of this daggone clown show or not? It is a clown show, and he knows it. I'm pretty sure that he is sitting there hoping and praying and waiting that something happened to this fool and he doesn't have his job and he can tell people that I was the Secretary of State. And I guarantee you, if anybody else, whether the vice president gets a job or whatever, he's going to be still Secretary of State and he's going to change that crap around. He ain't liking what the heck is going on. And out of all the people who are in those cabinet positions and stuff, he is the only one that speaks with some kind of intelligence.
And he's not that deep and sharp himself.
He's not, but he has a hell of a lot more intelligence than the rest of them do. And you can tell he is very calm. He is pointed and stuff toward what the heck he's doing, and he tries to make a little bit of sense out of the disaster that this man has created. He lets some of his other people and stuff a lot of times go out there and do news programs because he don't want to sit there and say that some stupid crazy stuff that Trump asked him to do. Out of all of them, he's the only one that I can see. Now there might be a few more that I missed, but he's the one that I've been watching. I bet that he is sitting back waiting for something to happen. Anyway, final word.
Here's the thing. You mentioned Intel. This is where they made their biggest mistake, Ed. I was just doing some research while you were talking. In 2005, Intel turned down an opportunity to provide the processor for the iPhone, your favorite company, believing that Apple was unlikely to sell enough of them to justify the development costs.
That wasn't the biggest thing that they did. Apple, even after that, Apple still tried to work with them. They did. They still tried to work with them. And Intel said they can't do what we do. And they were so arrogant about this whole daggone thing. And Apple kept telling them for 2 years, Apple kept telling them, you need to change your process. This is what we want you to do. And they didn't. So Apple said, shit, we're going to make our own stuff and throw them out. And Intel did not believe they were going to do that. 3 years ago, they threw them out. Said, we're making our own stuff. We don't need you no more, Intel. So all those people who got those Intel processors and stuff and their Apple computers and stuff and everything, they is obsolete to it. They making their own stuff now. Apple does. And guess who's making them for them? China. They smart people over there said we can do this stuff, and they making it for them.
Hey, is it Huckabee or how you pronounce that name? H something. I wrote it down here.
Oh, they call them Huawei.
I did some research on that here, and man, they're almost $1 trillion business. But man, I'm telling you, they got some stuff, bro.
They got some stuff, man. They got some stuff. They got some stuff, man.
They got some stuff.
They got some stuff, man, out of this world. They got stuff, man, that's out of this world. The Apple, or another other company in the United States even thought about. They got some stuff, man. And they have successfully bought them out of the United States and Canada. You always can't come in any one of these countries. But the other countries and stuff are starting to pick their products up. And China has completely got rid of Apple stuff. They got some bad stuff to it. I mean, it's bad. And it's their own stuff. It doesn't. And their computers and all the other stuff, you can't run Google on it. Nothing Google. You can't do Google's anything Google. You can't put it on their stuff. They have their own browsers. They have their own entertainment thing. They have their own video stuff and everything. They have their own YouTube. called WeChat. You can't put it on their computers. Nothing Google. You can't put Google Doc on there. It won't run it. I'm telling you, man, those folks over there, man, they doing their thing. This country made a big mistake when they allowed Trump to run Huawei out of this country. Because I'm telling you, Ted, somebody is going to be buying their stuff and bringing it over here to the United States. And
one thing that I kind of, and to me, and this is about capitalism. They don't open their doors to American products. And that's the one thing. And the thing is that they have allowed, America has allowed China to come over here, buy shit up. I mean, they got a lot of stuff here. People just don't know. It's a lot of stuff they own. And we have capitulated them and not got any kind of I'm trying to think of the word, but anyway, we're not getting no what is the word I'm trying to think of? But anyway, we're not getting anything out of it. We're not getting nothing out of all of the stuff that we've been doing for China. Because 30 years ago, they was worse than India. And I'm just saying. And if it wasn't for the 80s, when Reagan and Bush and all of them started pushing that stuff over there to China, taking their companies over there, we are where we are now because of that. And they wanted cheaper labor, and that's what it was. That's all. So now cheaper products.
The American public, the American business, the American capitalist system that we have here in the United States is being outdone by those folks over there in China.
Big time.
This is including in the farming industry. They have requirements and stuff now for if you want to buy, and the United States is even if Trump figures out some kind of way to bring China over here to let them buy our grain and all our other stuff, our farm people and stuff going to have to totally change what they do with the production of their grain here. They are asking them to be able to track their farms and stuff all the way from the time that they buy their seed. They have to track that seed that goes in the ground. They got to track it. What time that daggone thing finish growing? What time it reaches its half growth? Once they get it harvested and everything, they have to give them a moisture content and stuff of the grain and stuff as it goes inside of their storage facility. When it hits the daggone dock to be shipped over there to China or to these other countries and stuff, they have to tell them exactly when that shit got to the daggone terminal, when it got to the port, how long it took to get to their port, and all that stuff had to be tracked. And if we don't change the way we're doing what we're doing and start right now and stop, if you want to get these people's business and stuff back, you're going to have to change how you produce and grow your crops here in the United States. If we don't do it, they're not going to buy our grain. They already set up Brazil to do exactly what they want to do. They set them up with a computer system and everything that tracks everything that goes on there, because those people came in, they sent their research and development people to Brazil and set them up to do this. Canada has already started doing the same daggone thing. They are tracking everything that goes on. And when the people over there in China, when their product hit their port, they manifest everything that they need to know about what happened and what's going on with their product and stuff and everything. They can track it right there. That's how they want the stuff done now. So we got a
I'm gonna
lot
tell
to
you,
do. We got a lot to do to
Ed,
get ourselves up to stuff.
Ed, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm putting it out there right now. This is just a speculation. I'm a conspiracy theorist. They gonna come for us. I'm talking about black people. What I mean is, they don't particularly like black people, but they like black people. If you know what I mean. A lot of our basketball players and athletes go over there, and a lot of Asian people, Chinese people, love black people.
Mm-hmm.
We have set the stage of being out there. They in leagues in China and everywhere. They all over the country. Somehow they surviving. I don't know how they survive, but they surviving. And the thing is that once the right person, I'm just throwing this out there. Once the right person that gets in with X, she or whatever you want to call him, and get in with him, or even up close to the thing, it's gonna be some things going on. And I think what we have, see, the United States haven't treated the black community, 100%, not even 50%, not even 40%. And the thing is what has kept us down is capital. There's a lot of smart black people out there that's geniuses, people that can do stuff, people can create stuff. But we have not had that capital to really show up ourselves. And I think this is what's going to happen. That in order to, because like you said, they're losing. We are losing to China because of their innovation. They have came over and copied a lot of our stuff and a lot of our innovation, but they enhanced it. That's why I'm thinking. I'm thinking that because see, they ain't got nowhere else to go now because they didn't win all over the world. They look at Africa. I'm gonna just say they ain't gonna do shit. Africa ain't gonna do shit. But they know Black Americans here. I'm talking about, the educated and the ones that are. I'm telling you, bro, that's gonna be the next. That's gonna be the next hit that they coming after, and they gonna do it. And they looking right now because they know that we come up with different creative shit.
They're very creative. They're very creative because they have went back into our history and they watched how we have, no matter what the heck happened and stuff, how we have survived.
Yeah.
Through everything that's going on through slavery, we done survived and we still are thriving. They and they're enamored and stuff with how we have done that, and they want to know what we did, what kind of people are we that we can do this and everything. That no matter what these folks in this country have done to us, we have thrived. And we're still here and we're still strong. So they want to know exactly what's going on inside of us. Anything that we do, all of our dances, our clothes that we wear, everything, they're enamored with it. You go to China, man, or Hong Kong or whatever, those people, man, they see black folks and stuff, man, they just enamored
Okay,
with
well,
them.
you feel it just like I feel it.
Right.
So that's all I'm saying.
They are enamored with them.
It's just a matter of time because I don't think a lot of people, we have sort of kind of negative conversation. I mean, I read, I don't know how many, couple of dozen books, just researching China. And I'm telling you, man, they love a lot of black people. Now, some of them are racist, just like the rest of them. But I'm just saying. But for the most part, I'm telling you, bro. It's just a matter of somebody with a whole lot of intelligence and learn the language. And there's a lot of black people right now learning that language.
You heard it here, people. You heard it here. And just like you said, Ted, we need that capital. And they are giving money away to people. They're giving a lot of money out. Big time. They're giving a lot of money out and stuff to develop.
Because they got a
For
lot
people
of money.
who are developing stuff and everything and getting themselves going. A lot of money has been given out. So we need to reach into that part of the world and everything and start getting that capital that we need and stuff to start doing some things. It's there. They have it. Like you said, they got 4 of the 5 top banks in the world.
In the world.
In the world, people. 4 to 5 top banks in the world. Did you hear that? Anyway, people, I have a lot more to say, Ted, about what is going on and stuff in this daggone country and what we have to change before we can get back into that market that has shot away. And everybody's looking at the fact and stuff that Trump has taken us away from this daggone thing. But all it did was hasten the time that these countries and stuff, including India and China and stuff, wanted to get out of our products and stuff that we are selling and the stuff that we are making here in this country. They've been wanting to get away from it because we have not did what we need to do. We thought we the big dogs in the fact out there, but we ain't the big dogs no more. People, you are not the big dogs anymore. You're not doing what you're supposed to do and keeping up. Their technology is far outweighs us. They have a GPS, a global positioning system called BDAW. It beats our GPS hands down. But the United States won't let it come into our country. I'm telling you, Ted, it's bad. I've been watching it, man. I'm reading about that stuff. Anyway, people, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.